What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 3 cryptocurrencies, very low cap cryptocurrencies that are outside of the top. I think they're all outside of the top 400 coins. Coins that are available on Coinbase, available to most Americans to trade, and coins that are available to, for anybody else. If you can trade it in America, you can probably trade it anywhere else in the world. So hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more. These are not coins that I'm invested in personally, just coins that are low cap coins that I personally have taken a interest in, to say the least. We're going to start off with Blur. Now, some of you may know what Blur is, some of you may not. Let's actually look her up here. Actually, what's Onyx Coin doing, by the way? Just chilling, moving up a little bit, yeah. Doing its thing, down from its relative high, but up from its relative lows. You know it. It says number 156. I thought it was lower than that. That's okay. Okay, so 400. This one might be the highest market cap that we talked about, but 409. It's still a relatively low market cap. Okay, Blur is a NFT kind of trading platform, and they claim to be the fastest ones, the fastest for like settling things and stuff like that. And I just wanted to point it out because I was looking at the chart, the all-time chart. Oh, I guess this is, maybe I'm thinking of a different one, but still, this very, I picked all these for a reason, right? I like the way the bottoms look. This is what you call an Adam and Eve bottom. Right, and even this, it's still an Eve bottom. These Adam and Eves, if you've been following my channel for the last 2.5 years, you guys, I know you know that I love these Adam and Eve patterns, man. They work out phenomenally, and even if it's not a double bottom Adam and Eve like this one is, this is pretty perfect, pretty textbook Adam and Eve double bottom. It's very perfect. Even if it's not like that, these kind of looks overall, they tend to provide really positive reactions. And I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen to yours, but just comparing it to XCN here, you can kind of see this. You see a similar look there, right? What's another one? Is it this one? Taraxa, going on a weekly basis here. Yeah, same look. You can see it, right? This one's actually an Eve and Adam, and look at the very positive. Look at that. We pumped 566% in a week. You went up the next week even more, and you continue to pump afterwards, man. Taraxa, by the way, actually is a good coin in itself. Maybe it should have made it on this list, to be completely fair. Check out Taraxa, but not financial advice, not a financial advice, just my opinion. All I'm trying to say is, doesn't this look similar to everything else that we've seen? NFTs are not the biggest thing, not right now. People say NFTs are dead, but they're not dead, guys. NFTs, they'll only be more used as time goes on. They're only going to be, NFTs are some of the most practical, obvious use cases for cryptocurrency. They're never going to go away. They're only going to get implemented in more. And in fact, by the time crypto's implemented in society, right? Whenever you're using crypto to validate your driver's license, to validate your voter ID, your health information, those are all going to be NFTs. You know what I mean? It's all going to be NFTs. Whenever you non-fungible tokens, right? People hear NFT and they think it's artwork. That's not the case. It's like a piece of real estate, if you tokenize it and it's non-fungible, that could be an NFT. You know what I mean? It's not just artwork, but artwork too, right? It's definitely an art and just NFT kind of art, crypto art based platform. But I could definitely see this thing seeing a lot of growth, and not just from the perspective of what its niche is. It's kind of unique in itself, but also because of this pattern. I think that it's got a very nice pattern. I believe that this kind of growth can amount to something very, very phenomenal when it does decide to get going. I would expect that you see a crate. I mean, you saw how some of those moves were, right? On just the examples I was giving you. I'm not promising this, it's not guaranteed, but if you were to see new highs relative to this, your first stopping point is at about a 7.6x from here. I'm not saying it's going to happen in a week, it could happen in a month, but it's going to happen, right? And then that's just your first stopping point. What if you go to your 1618, the golden extension, at about $3 there? You could see about a 15x, a 16x just on Blur here, and I suspect one of these targets will be achieved by the end of February, if not the first week of March. This is why I have my eyes on this coin. I haven't bought it yet. I encourage everybody to read the white papers. If there's no white paper, do as much research on it as you can. Try to find out the tokenomics. Find out everything you can. Understand what it does before you invest in it. Do not look at a random YouTuber, no matter how flawless his personality and face might be, his charm. Do not just take that and then expect to make money. Do some research yourself, right? It's hard. Nobody wants to read shit. You just want me to tell you what to buy, but you're a big girl, you're a big boy, you're putting big girl and big boy money into this, right? It matters. If it doesn't matter, sure, just throw it willy-nilly, but if it matters, you're trying to make something for yourself, do some research, okay? It's just a good habit to get into. I'm going to be dad for a second. Blur. That's the first one, okay? The next one, is it Blar? What was it? Is it Bar? No. I have it written down here. Let me see. It starts with a B. I just can't remember what it was. These are some new coins that I've been doing some research on today. It's called Balancer. That's right, Balancer. This one here. Okay. So this one I also liked. I liked because actually it's a pretty low cap coin in itself. If we look at this one, it's also on Coinbase. Balancer. Number 333. I guess none of them are in the top 400 or bottom 400. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe some of them were, but not all of them. $150 million market cap. We're going to round up. $150 million market cap. Now you can see a lot of growth. By the way, with Blur, you can see that kind of growth. You're at a $400 million market cap. To see a 10x, that would take you to $4 billion. It's not a small feat, but that's doable. You're still in that territory where you can see a 10x, a 20x in a very short amount of time. Those are attainable market caps to have, and that now would be a stopping point, a long-term stopping point where you take months probably to consolidate before you continue to move higher. But it's completely possible. If anybody's like, you know what kind of market cap Blur would have to have if it did a 7x from here? Yeah, it would be worth billions, but it's probably worth that, honestly. That's how technical analysis works, man. You look at this, the targets are just what they are. I don't care what your market cap is or what it isn't going to be. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the times fundamentals have underlying values to things, but I'm getting beside myself here. I'm talking about things that I feel like we've already gone over. Let's talk about Balancer, okay? At 150 million, this coin has a lot of potential, right? Because you could see coins at tens of billions of dollars. If it's at 150 million right now, if it were to go to 15 billion, that's a 10x. Or no, I'm sorry, 1.5 billion, that's a 10x. If it were to go to 15 billion, which is a very attainable market cap, that's 100x. So this coin is not just 100xable, it's multi-100xable. It had its high last cycle. It came about in the last cycle, the last bull run at the finale, and then it sold off. So it's already experienced a good bit of a bull cycle, the finale part, and then it's handled a whole bear market. You've probably sold off more than 90%. Most coins do. Yeah, 97.9%. That tends to happen. That's just the case. Is it a good time to buy? Well, in that kind of speaking, you're still at, let's see, you're still at a 90+% drop. So yeah, I would say it is. Let's look and see here. Fully diluted valuation is 232, so there are more coins to be diluted, but even at that, it's still at a relatively good price, right? Max supply is there. Balancer, I believe, and I read a little bit about it, and again, I haven't put money into it yet, but I was just doing some brief readings on these to see if I was interested. They don't really have a white paper, which I'm a little bit not, I don't like that. And they actually used to have a white paper. I found a link where you could click and it even says Balancer white paper, and you click on it and it takes you, it's an expired page. It doesn't exist. So I don't know why they would do that. Maybe they got rid of the white paper because they introduce it, they present it in a different way, and they still talk about what it is. But I want to know the tokenomics and stuff. And I feel like I couldn't, maybe, you know what, I wonder. Let's see what Grok has to say. Can we get some tokenomics for Balancer? Hey, I like to be cordial, right? Can I get some tokenomics for BAL USD Balancer, I think is how it's pronounced. I don't know. Or something like that. Balancer, there we go. Let's see. Said to be 100 million. Yeah, essentially. He doesn't even know, does he? That's okay. Whatever, but stuff like that, that makes me hesitate. I want to know why. Balancer per week, which would mean that at this rate it would take about 8.6 years to fully distribute. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. The remaining tokens. Oh, okay, remaining tokens are distributed. There it is. I'm sorry, I missed it. It was at the very start. Damn. I just skimmed through that. I was looking at token utility. I didn't even see this. This is all we need to know. Okay, cool. So good. That answers my questions. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Sorry if that was confusing, but again, I'm kind of figuring things out too. I don't normally make videos like this, but we're doing it. I suspect Balancer has found its low. Okay, I did some technical analysis on this stuff already, and that's why I'm bringing it up, right? I'm not talking about coins that I suspect will go lower, though don't get me wrong, if you buy here, it could go to lower prices. I just don't think it's going to go lower than this, right? I think it's at a turnaround point, and if it is, it could be a very key turnaround point, right? $2.40. If you were to bounce here and break out with the rest of crypto, and I suspect you will, you're likely going to go up to about $17 to $23, and that's anything from a 7x to a 9x, basically in what I would expect the same time all cryptos move up here, which would be over the next month and a half, by the end of February, if not the first week of March. And you could go higher. You could. You're at such a low market cap, man. You could go to your 786, go to your 886. You could see this thing do more than a 10x in the next 30 days. You absolutely could. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting something more on the lines of a 6x to a 9x, but you could go higher. You never know. This is crypto, man. Crazy things can happen in a very short amount of time. At a minimum, I would expect you go probably at least here, which is 235% up, probably, you know, to this area of resistance, and that's a 3.4x. But for a minimum, you know, 3.4x or 3.3x, that's still outperforming most coins in the market in February. So even at a minimum, I think this is still a good kind of thing to look forward to. And those prices I would expect to happen. I expect this thing can see and will see new all-time highs as well. So that's Balancer, that's Blur, and then last but not least, what was the last one that I wanted to talk about? It was Auction. That's right. So Auction, it's a protocol. I don't know how. Why am I can't talk and type at the same time. I don't know how useful or implementable this will be in the real world, but it's essentially bringing auctions to the blockchain, right? Being able to auction off things on the blockchain, and it seems pretty readily available to use. I was looking into it, and I don't know how big the use case is for this, but auctions are something that's happened. I mean, since people could auction things, since we've been a society, a civilized society, like that's just something that exists. So it's kind of weird, but I could see this having a purpose and serving a purpose through all kinds of aspects, not just in crypto, but in the real world. Like there's a lot of applications that could be used for this, and it's kind of interesting. It's kind of weird, but you know, if you look into it, but I actually kind of like it. And what really attracts me to this coin, auction, not auction, auction. I can't talk and type at the same time, guys. I can't talk and play instruments at the same time either. Okay, this one's like top 500. That's below $100 million market cap. You guys, these kind of coins are the multi-hundred X potential coins. These are those coins that, like, you hear people, they put like $1,000 into it and it turns into hundreds of thousands or $1 million. I'm not saying that it will. I'm just saying it has that potential. It's at 81 million. To do 100x, you'd only have to see it's still an achievement in itself, but $8.1 billion market cap. That's not a low market cap. I don't know if this thing deserves it, but it's a very attainable market cap. You see what I'm saying? So this thing at an 8.1 would be 100x. If it went to 81 billion, that would be 1,000x. This thing, I'm not saying it'll see 81, but man, whenever it comes to your first bull cycle, that tends to be the limits of what I could expect any kind of major hyped up coin to see. I don't expect that you break 100 billion. 80 billion is kind of like the limits that I would expect. So just saying, very, very real. This thing has 1,000x capabilities, if not multi-100x capabilities, right? And that's kind of why I like this coin. This one actually is kind of the one out of all of them that I'm the most interested in, both because it's unique, it's kind of different, and then also I like the chart, and then also it's got the lowest market cap. This is like a massive bull flag, man. Like you've been consolidating since December of 2023. You haven't broken out yet, but I think you're about to. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I haven't bought in any of these coins. So if you buy these coins and you lose money, that's your decision, not mine, right? I'm thinking and considering buying these coins, and that's the reason why I'm bringing them up to you guys. I did a little bit of research on them. I've decided that they are worth talking about a little bit, and now it's up for you to decide if you want to take it any further than that, right? If there are any coins that are low cap coins that look like this, man, like this whole thing looks like an inverse head and shoulders pattern. You're finding support right here at previous areas of support. I have no doubt you're going to bounce. Man, $12.32. It's called bounce token. I think this thing's going to bounce. I really do. But time will tell. If you go lower, What's great about this coin too, man, is if it goes lower than these lows, it wouldn't be ideal. You don't want to buy a coin that dumps while a lot of things pump. But if it drops another like 10%, you know to get out. Easy peasy, get out, because if it goes lower, then it is broken. Then it's breaking structure, and you probably will go down, you know, to $9 or lower. And you're at $12 now. You could have a nice sell order or a stop loss at $11, and you'd be fine. And that's not ideal. Again, it's not ideal. It's a 12% loss essentially. Or not even 12% from the current price. That'd be 10% from the current price. I thought that sounded too much, 12%, but that's what's nice about it, is that even though it's a quote unquote unknown, it is a low cap coin. Not all low cap coins on Coinbase are guaranteed to pump. It's a low cap coin that you could have a pretty acceptable stop loss on if you're using small amounts of money. If you're putting your life savings in here, I don't know, man. 10% seems a bit intense to mess with. I don't know if that's worth it, right? But you shouldn't be with low cap coins like this, with any coins like this that are rather speculative. You shouldn't be putting serious amounts of money in there. Just put money in that you're willing to lose, right? Or maybe it wouldn't diminish your way of life if you lost, right? I guess you shouldn't ever be willing to lose money technically, or maybe you should always be willing to lose money. I don't know. That's a good philosophical kind of question to ask. I'm done rambling though. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I expect big things from all these coins. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. We'll see how it goes. Take care. Bye-bye.